Literally 1 year ago, I was struggling to make even $2,000 per month online from my business. It was because I was still in high school and I was working in a supermarket, so I had almost no fucking time to do business, right? But then I solved the problem, and since then I'm making $10,000 per month online, and I helped over 28 people do the exact same thing and also go from 0 to 10K per month. And so my goal today is to teach you exactly how I did that. I will give you 3 steps so then you don't have to waste the time I wasted and you can actually make 10K per month way faster. I promise if you implement the stuff from this video, you will be able to make 10K per month even if you have a 9 to 5, even if you're not in school, because it will take you maybe 3 to 4 hours a day. So I will start with the biggest mistake I was making and also with the biggest mistake a lot of people make. It's the biggest psyop out there. And it is chasing views. Likes are not cash, bro. You have to understand this. I know people with 30,000 followers and they make literally no money, which is crazy, and it's all because they just don't know how to do the content properly. They don't know how to sell, they don't have anything to monetize, and they don't know the psychology behind content to actually get clients and actually convert them later on. All they can do is just get pointless views, but they don't have any of the skills that are needed to actually make money with the business. And I did a mistake as well. I was chasing views at first. I was like, yeah, if I grow, if I will have a lot of followers, I will just automatically make money. But it's not true at all. I wasted months learning how to get views, and it didn't even work in the first place. Because you have to be controversial, you have to kind of make yourself an idiot to actually go viral, All the influencers are just dancing on TikTok, that's why they go viral. But if you want to provide value, if you actually want to help people, this will not really go viral. And so in that case, you have to wait until you start getting views. So then if your goal is to have views so you make money, then you would have to wait multiple months until you start getting views, so then you can make money. But I'm telling you that you can literally make money even without the views from day one. And how you do that is by focusing on money-making skills instead of just getting views. Again, likes are not cash. I was able to make $10,000 per month with 200 YouTube subscribers. Then I got a fucking Matrix attack, and so they banned me on YouTube, and I'm on X, Instagram, and Rumble. But still, I don't have big following, bro. I don't have big following at all. And I'm still making thousands of dollars per week from it because I stopped focusing on views. Of course, they are still important. Of course, views are still important. Of course, you need to have at least some eyeballs on you. But if you learn how to convert most of them, then you don't need many to actually make money. The goal is to use the biggest potential of your audience. So if you don't have many followers, if you are actually starting out, how you use the biggest potential, and as the first point, is if you charge high ticket. It makes the most sense, especially if you're a beginner, because you don't have the views. So you cannot get a lot of clients. You can get maybe 2, 3, 4 clients per month if you actually learn how to convert them, if you learn the psychology. And so if you would sell low ticket, you would get 3 clients and make what, $300 per month, maybe not even that. But if you sell high ticket, you can get 3 clients. They can pay you $3,000, $4,000, and you make, 10K per month at least. And so now you might think the exact same thing as my friend thought, because he asked me, why do all the big guys sell low ticket courses? Doesn't it mean that low ticket courses are the meta right now? And it's a very good question, but the answer is that no. Because they have a lot of followers, bro. And so how they use the biggest potential of their audience is if they sell to everybody, because they have enough followers to sell low ticket courses, but have so many of them that they can still make tens of thousands of dollars per month, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they could not possibly handle the one-on-one clients and the high ticket clients, because there will be too many of them. And a lot of their audience cannot afford this. So how they monetize even the people who cannot afford the high ticket program is by selling low ticket. So then they make money from the most people possible. They use the biggest potential of their audience. But how you as a beginner use the biggest potential of your audience, because you cannot get many clients, is by just charging them a lot. Also, the big guys have a huge social media platform, so they have a lot of credibility and people trust them, and people just want to buy their course. They just trust the course because it's the big guy who made the course, so it has to be good. Very often this is not true, but it's just how marketing works. But if you are a beginner, nobody trusts you, bro. You don't have any results. You didn't have anybody yet. You just want to make a course. You want to make a low ticket course, which is fine. You can still do it. You can still make a low ticket course, but it should not be the main thing, because first of all, you would need a lot of people to make good money, or you'll make maybe a couple $100 per month. And second, these people will not even trust you. They will just not see the value in the course, because why would they buy a course from you, a small creator, when they can buy a course from Iman Ghazi, So how you actually build this trust and how you show the value of your service is by selling high ticket, because if you charge $2,000, $3,000, even $5,000, people see it as very valuable, because it has to be valuable if it costs this much. And it should be valuable. You should actually provide a lot of value. That's why you should do one-on-one programs. It can be services like copywriting or ghostwriting or video editing, but I prefer coaching, because then you don't really need to spend a lot of time on the delivery and you can get a lot of clients. So it has more leverage. But in either case, charging high ticket positions you as valuable. People see the value in it. They have one-on-one access to you. You will work with them directly. You will give them personalized advice and personalized feedback. That's way better than just a course, because they can read the course. Maybe it's not even good, but they will have problem implementing the information. They will ask you questions about it. They want to ask you questions about it. And they cannot do that if they just buy a course. So usually courses will not help you in anything. What helps you the most is having personalized feedback from someone who has done it. And people know this very well. So then when you are a small creator, people see the value in you and they be like, yeah, he will give him personalized access. He actually has a lot of time for me. He can actually give him personalized advice. But this big guy, he will not give a fuck about me and just sells a course, you know. That's why not being an expert is actually your advantage, because experts seem too far ahead, but you seem realistic, you seem relatable, you have been exactly where they are. So it doesn't really matter what do you sell, if it's coaching or services, but you should just charge high ticket because automatically this positions you as more valuable. Actually, when I was selling a low ticket course, I had a $200 course back in the day. It took me 8 months to sell one of them, right? Because I didn't have huge audience, so I could not get many clients, and also people just didn't see the value in it. And also, if you are selling low ticket, you are dealing with people who are broke. So for them, even $200 is a lot. But if you sell low ticket, it automatically positions you in front of the people who have money. So then selling them something for $2,000 is actually easier than selling something for $200. And I know it's a paradox and it's hard to believe that, but it's actually true. I'm telling you from experience. I wasted 8 months selling something low ticket, dealing with broke people. And the moment I started selling high ticket, I made $6,000 in 3 weeks with almost the same amount of views, almost the same amount of clients, but I made 6K instead of 200. Plus also there's this huge advantage that if you just sell high ticket, you need 1 client even, and you will not make 10K per month, but maybe 3. And that's still more than in their 9 to 5. Out of all these millions of people online, literal tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people, you need 1, bro. Why wouldn't he buy from you if he actually sees the value and if you can actually help him? So as I said, you can help people in some coaching, for example, fitness coaching or mindset, discipline, self-improvement, relationships, whatever coaching, you know, business coaching, coaching on e-com, dropshipping, whatever. Or you can sell a service, you know, like copywriting, ghostwriting, video editing, whatever. That's up to you based on what you enjoy, based on what you are good at, based on what you already understand. You know, that's how I did it. I started with fitness coaching after I failed with copywriting and all these other businesses because I didn't enjoy them and I didn't learn them before. So then I monetized fitness coaching, and it was actually the business that made me the most money because I didn't have to learn anything and I enjoyed doing it. I was already going to the gym for like a year, so I wasn't even an expert, but I just helped my younger self, you know, and they still paid me like $2,000 because they didn't only pay for the information just as with a course, they paid for access, you know. So if you're just starting out and you don't have many followers, you can either choose to wait until you start getting views and then try to get hundreds of low ticket clients every single month. Or you can choose to not care about views, learn how to monetize, learn how to make a high ticket offer, get 1 client and make more than with low ticket courses in fucking 6 months, bro. And then later on, once you have the views, once you naturally grow, when the times catches up, you know, then you can sell a low ticket course and then you can use the biggest potential of your audience. Now, the second point is if you make this offer, this high ticket offer, obviously, you still need to get some attention. You still need to get some eyeballs, right? And as I'm saying, you don't have to wait until you get thousands or tens of thousands of followers, but you still need some, right? But there's this amazing thing that you are always guaranteed to get some views, bro. People will always see your content, at least some of them, at least a few hundred people will always see your content. And so in my opinion, content has the biggest leverage because it works for you, right? You just post the video, then you can go to fucking sleep, you can go to a 9 to 5 or to school just as I did it. And the content just makes money for you. You don't have to work to make money. The money works for you. The algorithm is your employee. You're not working in the business, you are working on the business. The second way to get eyeballs, to actually speed this up, but this has less leverage, is by doing outreach. I was always hating on outreach because it is fucking bullshit. It is fucking gay. It doesn't have any leverage. It's boring as fuck. It's frustrating as fuck, but it works. It still makes the money, especially if you're a beginner. If you actually want to speed this up, you should reach out to people and offer them your help, offer them your services. Now, a lot of people say that you can do it with AI and send thousands of DMs every single day, you know, and automate it with AI. That's complete bullshit, bro. I mean, it works for some people, maybe, but this is just a shiny object syndrome. It's just the same as if you pick the most profitable business because some guru told you to do it, instead of actually doing what you enjoy and what you will stick to, because that's the most profitable. Also, it's the exact same as trying to sell low-ticket courses and chasing views, because it seems shiny, it seems sexy, right? It's the shiny object syndrome. But instead of having the shiny object syndrome, you should do what actually works. And so what works with outreach is instead of automating it and trying to send thousands of DMs per day, just begging people to work with you, sending DMs to random unqualified leads who don't give a fuck about you, what you should do instead is do actually personalized and well-researched outreach. So basically you choose the people that you want to DM and you DM them a personalized message. It takes longer, it's way less leveraged, you'll have to spend a lot of time on it, and it's fucking boring, but it works, it will get you clients. What I did when I was still going to school at 9 to 5, I had to wake up at 6 a.m. to just send outreach messages. It was fucking bullshit, but I still did it, and it made me the money. But then when I learned how to actually do the content properly, how to not only get more views, but mostly convert the people, I learned psychology and how to actually make the content in a way that people see it and they want to buy from you. They DM you for help themselves, they come to you, ask for help, and they want to pay you. When I learned this, then I could stop doing outreach completely, and I still make 10K per month working just 3 to 4 hours a day. So outreach works, and it's great, it's a good way to make money, especially from the beginning, but it's just no leverage. If you are busy, if you don't have much time, you can try it and see how it works for you. But in any case, Content is always better, bro. Now, if you want to make content, you might think that the market is saturated, that there's too many people doing content, right? And you are right, which proves my point, but also it means that there's a lot of competition, you might think. The truth is, I also had this objection, I also thought it is saturated and that I will not get clients. But first of all, there's enough fish in the sea, bro. There's enough people on the internet. As I said, hundreds of millions of people, tens of millions of people. And you need just 2 or 3 or 4 because you sell high tickets, so you don't need many of them. So then even if 100 people would be doing the exact same thing as you, all of you will still get clients. And the main reason for that is because you will just automatically stand out with your own story, with who you are as a person. And so then people will like you as a person. And there's a rule that people buy from who they like. Of course you need the trust, of course you need the correct positioning, of course you need the psychology. But basically, people buy from people they like. So then if you just post content about yourself, if you're just authentic, you will attract people who you like and who like you. So they want to work with you as a person. So then you also work with people that you like and that you enjoy working with, which improves the working relationship and you both get better results. So literally, how you solve the saturated market is if you just build a personal brand and just be authentic, post about yourself, post your opinions, post your takes, and just be authentic on 110%. Nobody is like you. You have your own story. You are you. There's only one you. There's also only one me. No one can steal this from you, right? Everybody can copy the outreach strategy, but no one can copy you as a person, so no one can steal the authenticity from your content. Well, and now the third thing, the last one, is if you actually get the people, if you actually sell high ticket, you actually need to close them. You need to convince them to actually pay you. And for that reason, you need to learn sales. Not only in the content, which I mean, by that I mean the psychology and how to actually convert people from your content so they want to pay you, but mostly on sales calls. So they come to you from content, or you reach out to them and they just book a call with you. They jump on a call with you, and on the call, you close them and you get paid. If you don't learn sales, you will never make money, bro. Business is all about sales. Even content is sales. Even making an offer is sales. When I didn't know how to sell, I was making content that didn't get me any clients, and if some, I couldn't close them on a call. So I had to compensate it with outreach, which again got me some calls, but I still couldn't close them. So all of the effort and all of the time and energy was completely wasted. But the moment I learned sales, I don't even need many people to DM me, which means I don't even need many views in the first place, because I just closed most of them. I know how to sell, so I closed a lot of the people. They pay me high ticket prices. And so for all of these reasons, I don't need many clients and I don't need many views at all. The goal, and what I'm teaching to my clients, is to just increase the conversion as much as possible. So you don't have to wait until you start getting views. You don't have to spend hours every day on outreach. And you can literally just print money from almost day one in the first few weeks. Because our content will bring you enough leads. You will be able to easily close them. And your offer is so good and it's high ticket. So then you get paid a lot of money. So in my opinion, this is exactly the best way to make money in 2026. It's exactly what I'm doing, it's exactly what I'm teaching to my clients. If it didn't work, I wouldn't do it. I'm not like these other gurus who tell you to do copywriting and dropshipping when in fact they sell courses and that's how they make most of their money. I am doing what I preach. I'm selling information. I always used to sell information because all of these other businesses failed for me. I'm doing content myself. You can see that I'm posting content. I'm building my personal brand in real time. And I'm teaching the exact same thing to my clients, and I also make 10K per month from coaching and from personal branding. Because when I needed the most, I got scammed by all of these gurus and I lost thousands of dollars. I had $4 in my bank account because I just got scammed and I was doing the wrong business model that didn't work. At least it didn't work for me. Maybe it will work for you. I'm not saying it will not. I'm just saying what works for me the best and what works for my clients and what is, in my opinion, the best way to make money. And a lot of people would agree with me. So I feel like it's kind of my moral obligation to fix the reputation of this business model and of the coaching space and to actually help people get the results of that. So if you also want to scale your personal brand to at least $10,000 per month within just 4 months, I will teach you exactly everything about making a high ticket offer which is actually attractive to people, making content in a way, using psychology that you will actually convert people and they will actually DM you for help, even doing outreach the most effective way possible. And I will teach you everything about sales, so you increase the conversion as much as possible. So you don't have to care about views, you don't really have to care about the outreach either if you don't want to do it, and you can just get clients to come to you, close most of them, and get paid high ticket prices. If you want to do that, you can book a free call with me in the description, and I will explain to you exactly how I can do this for you within just 4 months. As I said, I helped over 28 people to do the exact same thing, so if they did it, if I did it, why not you? My program is literally the most personalized, most autistic, most detailed program on the market. I will walk you through everything step by step and hold your hand so you don't make any mistakes and you don't waste the time that I wasted. And I can promise you that you will make your money back within the first few weeks. All of the results are on my Instagram, also in the description. So I hope you learned something. I hope I helped you. Thanks for watching and see you next time.